C.L. Vapor, in his political thought, while commenting on the environment that shaped Plato and his philosophy, writes that Plato opened his eyes as a mature man in Athens when it was going through a turbulent time in its history. Born 1 year after the death of Pericles in Athens, which was still the greatest of Greek polis. The educator of Hellas, Sophocles, was then at the height of his power. Aristophanes was beginning to entrance the demos. The Parthenon had been finished but 10 years before. But it was in the Athens from which virtue was passing that he grew up. And Athens strained in the Peloponnesian War. And Athens where democracy was beginning to pass into those extremist forms which he so mercilessly satirized. He was a schoolboy when the great expedition sailed to disaster at Syracuse. He was a young man of 23 years when defeat ended the war and the democracy in Athens fell. Above all, it was the death of Socrates that turned him from active politics to speculative philosophy. In his contemporary world, Plato saw stasis everywhere, cities so divided that their citizens stood in the posture of gladiators. He saw unrighteousness rampant and injustice enthroned. He saw ignorance supreme and parading up and down in the guise of knowledge. And he saw everywhere, too, the predicament in which men found themselves, doing what their nature suggested to them. They found not what they sought, but turmoil and strife, and agony and death. This was so because to be mistaken seemed part of their very nature, and they were not corrected by those who led them. Even the best of these were unhelpful. Since the root cause of contemporary human predicament was located by Plato in the leadership by ignorant men who pretend to be knowledgeable, hence Plato puts forward the much needed solution by contending that I was compelled to say, in praising true philosophy, that it was from it alone that one was able to discern all true justice, public and private. And so I said that the nations of men will never cease from trouble until either the true and genuine breed of philosophers shall come to political office, or until that of the rulers in states shall by some divine ordinance take to the true pursuit of philosophy.